coin toss, and Coach, I'm all fired up at this point.
Paul, there was nothing more exciting than the 1986 team. We let our seniors all go out together first and run through the A because it's an experience they will remember the rest of their lives. We did kick off the first time and got it to the 2-yard line. And one thing we learned is the speed of the game is a lot faster, as you can see right here. Kenny Franklin did a good job kicking off and also had to make the tackle. But I thought this is very critical. You know, the 2 years ago, they took the ball and stuffed it down our throat the first series in Little Rock, but this time they don't even make a first down. And when you can do that, that's great playing and that's great coaching of having the right plays diagnosed, which we did. Our staff did a tremendous job. Look at this on a critical down. Look at Ricky Williams. The Parkview flash in there, knocking him back. Tony Cherico, we forced Bill Smith to do his specialty here and playing before his Mills High graduating class and everybody. He kicked it in the end zone. And see, they need a good Australian kicker right there, see. But
this
anyhow,
is 1st and 10, Coach, and we pick up Thomas's great pass.
Well, this is his first pass he completes to James Shebest, and just a tremendous drive here. Look at Greg keeping the ball and making it. Mainly we're getting a super surge by our offensive line. Here was an option play. Greg looked like he's a bunny bread delivery boy there. He's got to protect the ball better than that. But this is a good drive. Look at the hole. There's nobody on our side of the line of scrimmage, and that's a credit to Coach Beckman and our offensive line that just is coming off the ball and making 4 and 5 yards at a clip. Here, Joe Johnson, a young man from Longview, Texas, who missed about 20 practices with a hamstring pull, is back in, and we're getting him ready to play. We think Sammy and Joe and James are all first-team type backs who need to be in there, and that'll keep them fresh also in the fourth quarter.
It was brought up that for the first 17 plays, the fullback did not run the ball in the series, Coach.
Well, that's good. That's the way we wanted it right now because we felt like they would be keying on him. And look at this great twist and run by Greg. The first touchdown, 1986, and a tremendous drive, Paul. I could not have even envisioned better execution.
The drive 80 yards in 13 plays and consumed almost 5 minutes, Ken.
Well, we did a better job here. We kicked it off to the left so we knew where to go, and we had a better shot at it. Jerry Beosic, one of our walk-ons we have from Chicago, Illinois, came in there and helped make the tackle. Carl Bradford again playing well. Wayne Martin, who I thought had a tremendous game. Look at Wayne putting some pressure in, and there's Eric Whitted covering the back in the flat. I thought Tony Cherico, look at the pressure here, and they had a little screen play set up, but our pressure just forced them, and 2 times now they hadn't been able to move the football, and that's something they've done each of the last 2 years. Boy, here's a guy that just makes me sleep well at night, James Shebest, and catching every punt and returning them like he did, averaging almost 7-8 yards a punt return. We're unable to move the football because we try a long pass here and get sacked, and so now we punt it, and Greg Horn averages 51 yards a punt. Look at Kerry Owens. There's a clip there, Reggie Hall, and they only get it out to 20, but we're going to start them deep because they had to clip us. But our kicking game was outstanding. Here's a critical pass, and who but none other than 25, the best in the world, James Shebest coming down with it. Second quarter action, James Rouse running again. I know you folks think we're running the same play on the monitor over and over again, but it's not. It's the same play run both directions, and we ran it pretty well. And I was pleased letting all of our backs carry the ball. Sammy Van Dyke, Joe Johnson. Here's the first time the fullback touched the ball in a critical 5-yard play. Here we have a 3rd down play, and we don't make quite as much on this.
This is in the second quarter, of course.
Then look at the fullback coming again. Fullback breaking once again. We ran a little short side option, which tried to keep him honest a little bit. And Greg makes a great play here, almost gets the ball in the end zone. But he protects the football so well. And look at James going skyward right there. Looked like a missile jumping out of there, albeit a big missile when he goes there. But he did get in, and another great drive.
And it's 14-0, the 2X. We resume our tape highlights now. Arkansas with the football with about 4 minutes left in the half. And, Coach, you put together a great 87-yard drive.
This was a super drive because, Paul, the game's still out there. And we protected the ball well. That was important to us. And right here, we had a good play called. We had them outnumbered here, and we thought we had a chance for really a long play. We come back and You can see right here the outside rover kind of falls back in on us, but we were waiting for a certain situation that did occur right here. Look at here, great running, second effort running with Sammy Van Dyke, ran over David Smart, but that's good. But we're going forward all the time, and an 87-yard drive right now, I mean, if there's something to go wrong, look at the protection. Greg's got all day and throws the ball. Who's going to catch it? None other than Mr. Dependable. I'm telling you, that one thing is just right. And Greg does a super job here of not forcing the ball, and Sammy Van Dyke. Sammy has elusive foot speed and good quickness. And here's James running. Joe Johnson grabs it. We don't have tearaway jerseys. They're not allowed anymore.
You're going to the twin doubles here.
This is a little screen pass to James. We talked about that on our question. We're going to throw it to the backs, and it's another way to get the ball to our backs and give them a chance in the open field to do something. Good play by Fuzzy Huddleston, number 44, their outstanding linebacker. Then this is a play that we've been waiting to run for a long time, and our coaches said it's open, come on back and run it. We'd called timeout. Will Marshall caught the ball. Our first touchdown pass to the fullback. It's 21-0, and we're feeling pretty good right now. And they mishandle the kickoff and have to run it out. Look at Chris Hunter has a chance at the 7-yard line. We get him on the 12-yard line.
And Coach, coming up is almost a clinic for nose guards, Tony Chirico.
Look at Tony. Little man, I guarantee you, boy, he looks like a slithering snake through there. They just have trouble getting hold of him. 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row, call timeout. We called timeout to force them to punt. As I say, they had 2 blocked the week before.
Defense was outstanding again, Coach. Defense, of course, goes a long way to winning championships, and as we pick up the highlights, we're going to see some great defense.
I've never seen a greater defensive effort in the first game with 7 new starters there, Paul. They picked up, and I mean learned. We were a little bit bigger and faster, but we played with the Razorback heart on defense. That is going to always be our trademark and our hallmark, and that's what we did. Look at Wayne Martin coming in here. There's not any hole. We knocked the ball loose again, and we try to get it, but they end up recovering the ball and getting one more shot at it here. Who's there? Richard Brothers. Great job, Richard. Young man from Rivercrest High School has left them a winning tradition also, and they're doing a super job over there. Danny Graham and his team. And they come right back, and I'm telling you, they move it a couple times, hit it back down the middle, and catch us in the weakness of that particular zone defense. They're going to do that sometime. We're going to make them pay. But continuing the pressure. Here's Eric Whitted and Wayne Martin. The young man from over in Cherry Valley, I thought just played outstanding the whole ball game. Elbert Crawford helping out. And Ole Miss gets the only time I thought they had a little bitty drive in the ball game. But you see, we're going to snuff it out. Because our defense just continues each play to play the next play a little bit harder. And continuing to get pressure. We put a lot of different people in. There's Richard Brothers coming through for the big interception, running it back, what he used to do when he was a running back, and gave us great field position. And doggone it, we dropped the ball the very first time on an option play, and we can't do that. So the defense, after being tired, must suck it up and come back right away, and they find a way to do it. First time they challenge old senior Charlie Washington, one of our captains in the game, and he comes through. Try to throw it over here outside, and they just can't hang on to it. We're around. Here we're going to keep the pressure on them. Elbert Crawford's on them. Look at him. We played that screen play well. That's it. He's trying to let him run backwards as far as he can. There's Steve Atwater, a new safety man in there from St. Louis Lutheran High School. Look at the pressure applied here. Ball's way overthrown. Steve Atwater's there. Doggone it, they come through in the clutch.
And here's the pooch punt.
There's our Australian punt. We're going to have to rename the pooch punt. We'll call that our Austie punt from now on. And the ball is down at the 5-yard line.